Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now, I'm AspieAnswers, or as I'm known shortened form as Aspie, and basically I'm all about mental health and awareness versus sharing my life stories with Autistic syndrome, and taking you all on a journey to share and enlighten you with my journey of what it's like. Because like I said, every autistic is different in their living, of how they go about it in their daily life of Autistic syndrome and the like. So I'm one of them that probably may cause a bit of confusion or what have you, but I'm hoping while you're journeying with me, you'll get to know me more of a person, regardless of my other diagnoses that I've got under this mask of mine, and get to know me as a real person. Also, I also do about mental health and awareness versus just sharing some tips and advice versus also just normal everyday topics based on my everyday experiences and based on my training I did 2 years ago with Youthline, that I hope that will be of value to you, of everyday topics that we may come across, regardless what it may be, relationship breakdowns, anorexia and the like, obviously, and that hopefully in the later on in the piece, regardless of these tips and advice or what have you, that you can just respect them because it's just based on my experiences and training and what I go, or shall we say, how I go about doing my way of living and managing with these everyday diagnoses that I come across. So, and all further ado, basically, this one's all about, all these ASN series that I'm hoping to try and finish up, as well as just some tips and advice in that central part of my playlistings that needs to be tidied up, of that Autism and Asperger's Help Central, with the tips and advice, along with ADHD and series and the like, which will hopefully be all tidied up, which I'm hoping, if I can, if time permits, just to do it for another 2 weeks before I head into another series or topic that I'm hoping to address right now or what have you. But keep an eye out regardless what it may be, because you never know. Hopefully, like they said, that later on that I'll be bringing out some better kind of videos for you if it wasn't for your cup of tea or what have you. But like I said, in all respect, that if it's not for you, you can either A, turn it off, or B, just withhold your negative comments, at least, because I want this channel to be user friendly as possible for others that may be suffering, that may be able to find this value to them. So no further ado, guys, before I run out of time, this one's all about what not to say to an autistic. Yes, you got that right. Here we go again. But this one is just going to be some brief common ones that I hear now and again, and I'm going to challenge some of the ones that I've been commuting over on some of the pages on Facebook versus maybe just to one of them who has been talking to me on Skype. Maybe if there's any other ones that you can think of, list them below, sort of thing, and how you feel about them, and maybe your response to them, regardless, or even just the responses that I'm hoping to just keep it brief, of these common ones that I thought that, was coming to light. But there are many more, obviously, of what not to say to an autistic, as well as to many other people that suffers from every other mental health disorders that I have clearly addressed in the pieces earlier when I started the mental health awareness series, especially, like, your depression, bipolar versus everything else. So this one, hopefully, I know for a fact that, let's just bear this in mind though, with the ones that it does say it to us, be it, non-autistic, neurotypicals, or whatever label you want to call yourselves, even though I call you guys neurotypicals 9 times out of 10. I know you have your place, your heart in the right place sometimes, and you have it in the good intentions of your heart to say some of these things to us, but then again, like the saying goes, think before you speak. However, because some of the stuff that you may say to someone may affect them than you realize, and it's a matter of just being considerate, loving and kind and empathetic, because obviously at the end of the day, everyone's different on how they go about living their life, regardless what it is, and some of it may have damaging effects of what you may say without you realizing it, and many people may laugh at me thinking, oh, it's not true, Karen, but I've seen it, how it affects people in the long run. So, let's begin this. Okay, number 1, you don't look autistic. Say what? Number 2, what's your special ability? Number 3, everyone is a little autistic. Number 4, autistic people can't feel empathy or aren't empathetic enough. Number 5, you could be normal if you tried. Number 6, how would you describe autism? Number 7, what's the best thing about being autistic? Okay, they can, for these two, or shall we say the 2, 6 and 7, that can be on the good side of not to say versus what to say if you are interested in knowing more about, you know, autism or Asperger's syndrome. Basically, some of us autistics will basically be open enough maybe to share with you it if you are being genuine about it, and hopefully won't misread us, misjudge us, or what have you, just to the point that you'll just completely blank us out. Anyway, continuing on. Number 8, would you cure autism? Or does autism have a form of cure or formula to cure itself? Number 9, you seem normal to me. Number 10, I can't tell that you're autistic. Number 11, you must be high functioning. Number 12, you're not like all the other children with autism. Number 13, you must be exceptionally awesome in maths. Number 14, call me man, ring me man. 15, what medicines do you take? Number 16, autism doesn't exist. You're overly stressed and highly anxious. Or another one is, in that case, you're not autistic, it's all in your head, you're just making it up. Another formality is number 17 is, or shall I say number 18, I should say, that comes under that same bit of you're not autistic, ... But what I've added here is you're not autistic, you're just rude and impolite and spoiled. Number 19, you can't be autistic because only children are autistic. Number 20, so is that what it's like being retarded while you're autistic? Number 21, can you have sex? Number 22, can you please not flap, rock, jump in public? It's too embarrassing when I'm hanging around you. Like I said before, when I'm sharing this briefly, especially in this one, with this flap, rock, jump, or whatever in public, that's a form of stimming. This is just, like I said, so many stresses out before, do not forever tell us to stop stimming. That's our normal way of functioning on our everyday things, just to remove out the stimuli that's outside our control, that maybe is affecting us in a way of our sensory overloads. And last but not least, number 22 or 23. Again, this can be a good thing or a bad thing, but it depends on every individual. Okay, what's it like to be an autistic? Okay, these are just briefly, as I said before, just a few on the top of my head what I can recall after watching a few videos with some people, as well as maybe a form of documentary or something that I was watching that had their responses and uptake on those questions. But if you want their responses to that, I can easily link that video of some of this stuff of the ones that did this kind of questionnaire and their responses to it, which is just probably one video from memory, especially that had some really good points with a group of 4 to 6 people who are autistics, and actually tries to explain to people what it is and how it affects them or what have you in that. So give me the like for thumbs up for support and engagement, since this is the end of it, hopefully. Also, feel free to, as I said before, for the ones that are, you know, autistic or whatever, I don't mean to label you guys as that, so forgive me on that. The ones that are the ones I usually socialise in the groups that are on Facebook, maybe put down some I may have missed and your responses to it and how you feel about it, maybe, and just hopefully put it briefly to how it may affect you or how it makes you feel in a way that, you know, you want it to, the others to stop thinking it in that form of context. Feel free to also basically subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Feel free to share these videos around. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswers. Feel free to private message me on AspieAnswers, or even direct message me on YouTube if you really need someone to talk to rant, rave, or what have you. So no further ado, guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Do what you love what you do. Until next time, Sunny signing off.